Welcome back to the podcast. This week we have got a bunch to cover because it's been about 6 to 8 weeks since we've filmed one of these. We're looking at the new equipment and software we've started using in my studio. There's quite a bit of that. We're looking at the DaVinci Resolve update and its impact on Adobe, and it's kind of divided the room a bit, that one has. The latest on AI in our industry, because there's been a huge shift and we've made some major changes because of this shift. The viral video that's been going around at the moment, the music video, it was set up in Leeds. We're going to discuss that and its relevance to us as photographers, as creatives, and how that's changing things. And then why photography is changing faster than it ever has at any other point in history. Like the industry this is, the business of it, the tech and all the rest, it's moving faster and faster and it's accelerating. I'm joined once again by Rob.
Howdy.
And this is our first podcast since I turned 40 back in March.
Yes, we both had birthdays since
We've both. Yours was a non-major.
I wouldn't say insignificant, because at my age, every year's a gift. But yeah, it's nothing of note.
And I saw you out, and there was a wizard metal band.
Yes, there were. So shout out to my boys at Thornblast.
Yep.
I mean, it is as much fun and ridiculous as it sounds.
It was a good time. And I went off for a country retreat. And then I'm going out. I've still not had all of my birthday parties yet. I've still got a few parties to go. So I've got a few of those to go. Went out with Pete as well over at Agents at Large. Did the Soho thing. Had a rather large headache the following day. And bit too much champagne and martinis and all the rest of it. But yeah.
Is there such a thing as too much champagne, really?
Well, I don't know. And I'm sipping through a straw because I've had dental work done. If you're wondering, I've not gone that weird. I just can't have cold fizzy drinks on my teeth right now. It's not going to work. So where do we start? Let's start with kit. I said at the start of this year, I'm not going to buy anything this year.
How's that working out so far?
Not great. It's it could be better, I think, is the best way to put it. There's been a few purchases, more than I probably care to admit. We went from having 2 video lights, I think, to now having 8. That happened quite quickly. There was an explosion of aperture gear in the studio, all paid for by me, which makes it worse. I should have really reached out to them and said, guys, come on, hook me up. I went out and bought it. I bought some 600Ds because they're great. Got a load of those. And I just had delivered last week a 1200D because the 600s were not enough for the video work we're doing, especially when using the probe lens. I couldn't get the contrast in the shots, so everything looked flat. So it was just get as much light out. It was like all 8 lights, full power, just to get exposure. So that was an idea. So we bought that. I've used it a little bit yesterday. We had Paul in. We're just testing out some camera movements and with some liquids. It was quite useful. Had it on full power though. It's not like we bought it and we didn't need it all. It was on full power straight away.
Oh yeah, but that's the entire reason you bought it, because you'd maxed out everything you already had and it wasn't enough.
That I think buying the 1200 was a justified purchase because I needed it. I don't think I should have bought all the 500s or 600s. The 600Ds. I don't know.
I mean, they'll come in handy for stuff.
Oh, and we'll use them all. We do use them all. There's a lot of video work going on at the moment. It's a major change in what we're doing. We're just doing so much video work. We also buy loads of like motorized cranes and jibs and sliders and rotation things so we can get a bit of like motion in the motion. A bit of motion
control of things, yeah.
Yeah, a bit of motion control. Nothing expensive, nothing fancy. It was expensive, but not in the grand scheme of motion control.
No. It's not like, hundreds of thousands, was it?
No, it was just thousands rather than hundreds. I think we got it all in, not the lights, for 10K, which is okay. I don't mind that. That's okay. Of course, we bought the extra Blackmagic, bought the probe lens. What else did we buy? Bought some monitors, some rigging kit. I bought more pocket wizards, because I didn't have enough pocket wizards. I don't know what happened to them. We lost them. We bought more hard drives. I got my lens back from Fixation, which I sent. It feels like it was in January I sent it.
Was that the Sigma one?
Yeah, the Sigma one. I've lost it already. It's in the studio. But I don't know what they were doing with it. I've never had such bad customer service. I sent a Broncolor pack to Peartree. Keep in mind, this Broncolor pack is no longer manufactured. They managed to source a part, do the repair, and return it to me in like a week.
Yeah, that was
Fixation had a lens which is currently supported took them ages to sort it. There was no communication. I had to chase constantly, and it was more expensive to repair than a Bron pack. Which is just a bit like, ugh.
I mean, the repair cost relative to the cost of the item doesn't add up.
Yeah, so sending in, what, a £15,000 Bron pack for a £150 repair, sending in a £600 lens for a £300 repair. I mean, I always rather repair than replace if possible.
Yeah, of course.
If it makes financial sense. But still, it felt, the fact that I've not even used the lens since doing that is a bit of a...
Or actually even know where it is right now.
I think it's in the Canon camera. I hope it's in the Canon camera bag. I just don't know though. We've not done any major campaigns yet this year, but I've done a small shoots and a few small jobs and some test shoots. Nothing major, nothing big. We were up for some really big shoots, and then I did have 2 mid-big shoots, and they've already been cancelled. Apart from, I was up for, I can't name the job. I was up for a massive TVC, and I didn't get it, and I was gutted because it was £300,000.
Yes.
I really wanted that.
And one of your holy grail companies that you
and it was
for.
Yes, it's one of the last 2 brands that I want to shoot for on my tick list. And I was just like, oh, so close. I've pitched for them 3 times this year already.
Well, yeah, was it final 3?
Yeah, down to the last 3 on each of them. But what can you do? It is what it is. So there's been a bit of kit purchasing. We've had to buy more hard drives, of course, because of the sheer amount of video we're shooting. So yeah, new website being built for Tin House Studio.
Indeed, yes.
So there's going to be a new website just so it's all better, especially for the studio access, which is the kind of monthly. So we have 2 things over there. We've got the monthly subscriptions. That's where you go in and we do all the super in-depth detail stuff. If you want to see how I shot the Johnson & Johnson's campaign, that's what we're doing next week. I'm going through exactly how we shot it, exactly how we lit it. I'm not hiding anything. It's not like, oh, industry secrets. No, I'll show you exactly how and exactly why. All of the little details you need to know around it. I'm going to see if I can find the raw files because that'd be good. I don't know if I kept them though. Probably have somewhere, haven't I?
For some of them, because I remember doing some of the retouch.
You did some of the researching, yeah.
So if you've still got the PSB, the original will always be at the bottom of the stack.
Yeah, maybe we crack open the PSBs. We'll go through it and show you what we did in post, or just layer by layer. Go, here's this layer, here's that layer.
I remember there being a lot of layers.
There was a lot of layers on some of those. Some of the products had to be flown in from the States, and some of them had liquids inside, and they blew up on the plane. This went boff.
Yeah, and all the boxes had all corner damage and everything else. So.
Yeah, there was a lot of posts on that. So we're going to go through that. And then we also have the one-off. So for people who don't like subscriptions, because I know people are split down the middle on this, you can either join the monthly thing or you can buy one-off workshops. So we've got business ones, lighting ones, and we're about to have a video one. It's just up for pre-sale now. I think the first 100 tickets sold at the super cheap price, and I've just not managed to turn off the super cheap price because my web guy's busy. So you can still buy it at the super cheap price.
So there's a hint. Yeah, get in on it.
Go and get on that. Like
before Scott actually, his web guy gets less busy.
Yeah, bless him, poor guy. I'm always like, I need this. When do you need it? Now. Then he doesn't hear from me for 6 months, and it's just like, and again, I need this now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we bought a lot of new kit. We shouldn't have bought. I've bought new tripods. I need to buy some more mini C stands. Next job I get in this studio, mini C stands being purchased. I've only got 2 of those, and they're really handy. I need some more scrims as well because I've set fire to a few of mine, and I melted one of our what are they called? Polarizing filters.
Oh God, yeah, they're not cheap.
They are not cheap, and we can get them cheap, but they don't work when you buy the cheap ones. They're not polarizing gels. They're just, I don't know what they are, but they're not that. But yeah, so what have you bought this year so far?
Well, I've been really good. I've bought literally nothing.
That is good.
I kind of made the same sort of thing that I've got enough stuff. I mean, the last thing I bought was the little battery powered portable video lights.
Yep.
Which I'm using a lot now, and they're actually become really useful. So I'm trying not to buy anything unless I actually need it. There's so much stuff I want, but I cannot justify spending it. So unless it's an actual need, it doesn't get bought. So far, and we're into 2nd of May now, I haven't bought any new kit. I haven't bought any other new kit. So there we go.
Well, that's good. That's supposed to be what I was going to do. I was supposed to save every penny this year. So there's a new project I want to start, and I need cash for it. But I've saved a lot of it, just not as much as I should. But I was banking on one of those big jobs landing.
Yes.
Which is not sound business advice.
Yes, you're almost in the pre-spend area.
I'm definitely in the got to spend money to make money phase.
Yeah.
So there's that. Now, software-wise, there's 2 bits of software I started using. One is Evoto. Is it evoto.io? What does IO stand for?
Well, in and out, but
Yeah.
I mean, literally, like in tech, that's what I/O is. It's in out.
Is it?
Yeah.
There we go.
Something for the hi-fi nerds out there.
I'm not going to Google that. So I got Evoto. I use Evoto on almost every shoot. I chuck my image in and we do a quick background replacement because we shoot a lot of our work is shot on grey paper to be replaced later. And we don't use it. It doesn't do a good enough job and you can't refine it enough. But for showing a client what it might look like, brilliant.
Yeah.
I use that a lot. I actually, do you know what? I edited not the main image, so the main sandwich for was it the Times paper I did the big?
Yes, at Christmas.
Did the Christmas one. So for the Times magazine, the main shot we edited properly. All the stuff that was going to sit within the article, these flat lays of these Christmas sandwiches, open top sandwiches, otherwise it'd be a slice of bread.
Yeah.
They were just all Evoto AI edits for background removal because it was good enough. It was going to be stuck on a newspaper. Didn't need it, but I would never use it for anything else. But for that, we use it now just to show people that this is what it's going to look like because you need that color for the context. But sometimes shooting on color creates a lot of issues with reflections and color cast. And they don't want that. So we shoot on gray, replace it, and then we're good to go.
Because grey takes colorization really well.
It does, yeah. So that's what we've been doing with Evoto. And then I also downloaded Topaz. Now, Topaz is an AI editing tool, I believe.
It is now.
It's been around for ages. Everyone used it for noise reduction for years.
That was one of their strengths.
Yeah, that's not what we use it for. What we use it for is to increase the detail in our videos at 1080p.
Yeah, without over sharpening it.
Exactly. So there's a difference between detail and sharpness. They're two very different things. There's a YouTube video coming out on that soon.
Oh, yes.
But there's a difference between detail and sharpness. They're not the same thing. They're misused terms. Well, I misuse them anyway.
Well, one of them's real and one of them's fake. So
yeah, quite.
So tune in for that when Scott makes the video for that.
So yeah, we're using it for that. We're also using it for its slow motion capabilities where because I can only shoot at 120 frames a second.
Yeah.
But I can sometimes get it to about 500 frames a second with its thing. Whereas the DaVinci one, it doesn't work well with liquids.
Yeah. And it doesn't, what it doesn't work well with is fast motion going on. That's the problem. I mean, if you were to say you had someone running down a sprint track, it would be perfect to slow that down to like from 120 down to like 1,000 FPS. That would look perfect. The problem is when you've got like things that you would do typically, like for example, something in a blender, like the speed those blades are moving at, it just can't work it out.
No, but I mean, Topaz is not perfect at it. You'll do 3 different shots from the same shoot. It will do one of them brilliantly, one of them awfully, and one of them meh. But we've been using it a lot, especially I've been chucking my show reel into it and getting it out on the other side with much more detail at the same resolution. And that's good. Don't know how it works, but it's pretty darn tasty, I think. I really enjoy using it. It's very resource heavy on a computer.
Well, yeah, but like it's one of those things that it is in Resolve as well. If you use the optical flow.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like so slow.
Putting through like a 6-second clip could take half an hour.
Yep.
So you can't put like a YouTube video through because it would take 2 days just to come up with
No, but you
more
wouldn't
details.
need to.
You wouldn't need to anyway.
They only need the section that needs it.
I mean, these are all shooting at the lowest quality, these cameras, and we'll just export at 4K because YouTube prefers a 4K upload.
Yeah.
Gives you a bit more boost in the algorithm. It's like,
Yes, ticks another box because it's 4K content.
Yeah, even if you've got a 1080p camera, you just export it at 4K and it's like, brilliant, 4K, like that. We're into that life. So I've been using those and it's about as far as AI comes into my workflow, I think.
Yeah, it's fair to say.
I don't think I use ChatGPT. I abuse ChatGPT. Almost every email I send, I put it into there first and go, make me sound polite and firm.
I don't think that comes into professional workflow. I think that's just a tool for something else, really.
I tried doing my accounts with AI. That it can't do it. I was like, if there's one thing AI can do, it's accounting.
Numbers. Should we go to numbers, right? No.
Keep your accountants, people. It's not the one for that.
Disclaimer, this is also not financial
advice.
Also
not financial nor business advice. So, yeah, there we go. Now, DaVinci Resolve, speaking about updates, did an update where you can now edit stills within it using the same node-based editing system as the video software. And everyone went a little bit crazy in one way or the other. I was like, this is going to destroy Lightroom, or no one's going to use this. Lightroom's still better. Now, first of all, Lightroom sucks. It is one of the worst editing tools I've ever used. But once you get used to it, it's very hard to change.
Yeah, it's very, very intuitive. It's very fast.
Very intuitive.
Which is important. The cataloging side of it is very good.
Very good, yep.
So there's definitely a place. I mean, I still use Lightroom for the most part.
I still have a Lightroom catalog with my entire portfolio in it because you can do it in Capture One, but because I do it once a month, I can't remember how to do it. So I just use I pay for Lightroom to use it once a month.
Yeah.
And it drives me mad. I should really just learn the Capture One way of doing that because everything else is Capture One.
Yeah.
But this is good for several reasons. One is you can do it in the free version.
Yep.
So if you're going, do you know what? I can't afford the Adobe subscription. Go and use the free version of DaVinci. Mm-hmm. Perfect. If you're coming from motion and you're used to grading in nodes, you don't have to learn a whole new way of grading.
No.
You can stick to it. I prefer the node method of grading.
Yeah, it is infinitely more powerful because everything else, like, and I'll even throw Photoshop into this mix, everything's layer based.
Exactly.
Now, so you don't have parallel layers where you do have parallel nodes and such. So, you've been able to separate things, split things up, combine things. It overall is more powerful as a tool.
Yes. Yeah. I think, I could probably really get into the color grading on DaVinci, even over Capture, I think. But you can tether into it, I've heard as well.
I've not tried that.
I've not tried it yet. I need to give it a go. It's just time. And this is why I won't be moving my still workflow to DaVinci. I haven't got time. Like, when am I going to have the time to learn it so well? When I moved from Adobe Lightroom to Capture One, it was a nightmare. But I had to do it because Lightroom, one, didn't give me the raw processing I wanted. It was a bit shanky. Mm-hmm. And two, the tethering was absolutely atrocious.
Woeful, yeah.
It was awful. So that was just a non-starter, really. But it was a really painful learning curve. But now I can't go back to Lightroom.
Yeah. See, I don't think they've done it to particularly upset the apple cart. I think they've done it because they can. Mm-hmm. Blackmagic are very good at doing stuff like that. And also, I think they're very sneaky in the way that they do their business model. Like, there's a reason there's a free version of Resolve, which is, again, I'll get hate in the comments for this, but sorry guys, it is better than the paid for version of Premiere Pro. It just
100%.
is.
If you're paying for Premiere, go and get the free DaVinci.
The end. Now, knowing that and the reason they do that is that they know that they have a conversion rate of about 30% of people that start using Resolve go on to buy Blackmagic cameras. Mm-hmm. And I think they've done something very similar here. I think they said, well, we're never going to get into we're never going to be that in the photo game, but all these video editors, now all of a sudden we can drag them into our ecosystem and they may become Blackmagic customers later. I think that's I think that's the game.
I love the Blackmagic cameras. I think the raw files from the 6Ks, beautiful, and the 4Ks, and they're so cheap.
Bang for buck, there's still no better camera even today.
No.
I was looking at this. I purchased, which one is it? That one.
Yeah. Hither.
I have to remember which one works properly and which one doesn't quite. But yeah, that one in 2019. So that's a relative dinosaur. That's like 7 years old now.
Yeah.
And that was
still chugging.
And that was like box fresh. It's still chugging, which is great. And considering, people say Blackmagic are, plastic toys and they all fall apart and all the rest of it. And I think, if you look at what they've done over the last few years, especially with the the entirely new sensor, they're pushing things. Mm. And again, bang for buck. At the time in 2019, if you were looking for a 4K 12-bit RAW shooting camera, you were into a 30 grand red.
Oh, easily. Because I remember looking at
Sony,
the reds,
Canon,
and
all the rest of it had nothing comparable at all. And now even you think, 7 years later, of course, things have become more affordable, things have got cheaper, more and more companies have now, Canon have brought, raw recording into the lower range models and all the rest of it, but still nowhere near the price you can buy a Pocket 4K for today.
Yeah, we shot with the R5 2 weeks ago for video. It's not as good as the Blackmagic 6K.
It's a good camera.
It's a good camera, more versatile,
Yeah,
better build quality.
It's a hybrid. You know, and if you are a hybrid shooter, then and you can only bring one camera with you to a job, that's the one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. And I'm pleased that DaVinci have done that, because there's not a good free editor in terms of like, oh, I can go and get something and just, you know, go and work. Like you can now go and buy a full frame camera for what, £200?
Yeah.
Get the free DaVinci software, a lens for 150, and what, a £600 laptop, and you're good to work.
You're good to go, yeah.
You start your business. You're in, you're on, and it's just everything's fine. You can just crack on with it and just, yeah. I think it's good. I like what's the word for it? The democratization of photography.
Yes.
Back in the olden days, it was like, right, unless you're rich and technically savvy, you can't do this. Now it's, as long as you're creative, jump on board.
Yeah.
Give it a whirl.
There's tools out there, for sure. And again, while I do sound like a bit of a Blackmagic fanboy, because I've enjoyed using their products and they've worked really well for me. But again, as an industry disruptor, launching that 4K. I mean, even going back further to I believe it was 2013 when they launched the original pocket cinema camera, which was actually pocket sized.
Yeah.
For that first one. I mean, everybody loved that thing. And yes, it was limited. It was another one, classic Blackmagic style. By the time you'd framed the shot, the battery was flat.
Yeah.
You had no recording time on it. So you had to, rig it up to get it to work and all the rest of it. And it only, I think maxed out at like 30 frames a second. You couldn't do any slow motion with it and all this kind of stuff. But the images you got from it, again, back in 2013, for something so affordable, was incredible.
And they look so weird as well.
Yeah.
Like, they hadn't gone, oh, what does the camera look like? They've gone, right, let's start from scratch.
No, at least when they got to these, they actually looked like a chunky DSLR.
Yes.
The original OG didn't.
Have you ever done stills with your Blackmagic?
Well, I pressed the button.
I've done it by mistake, yeah.
But that's it. I mean, when people say, oh, yeah, you can take stills with a Blackmagic, you can. However, the fact that you can't trigger a flash with it tells you it's not a stills camera.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the big limit. And that's where the R5 would score huge, is if you needed something where you have to trigger flash, that's the one.
I'm really enjoying these like videos that people are making at the moment, shooting raw with flash. Gives like a hyper reality look, because the frame rates are so high now.
Yes.
You're sort of doing that like early 2000s overly lit style of lighting, and you're getting frame rate which is as fast as video. It's beautiful. I need to try some of that soon, actually. We'll get on it. We've got fast cameras, we've got fast lights.
Yeah.
We can do that. So, AI, which is currently the buzzword.
Yes.
I've got my phone out here. I'm not being rude and just not paying attention to what we're doing here. I've got my phone out because I'm looking at Ads with Benefits, which is an Instagram page I follow. It's very good. And this was 6 days ago. And I'm going to read this first and then tell you what we'd already started doing before this. Brands are spending extra money to prove their ads are not AI, and for a valid reason. So the big thing at the moment is, if it's AI, nobody wants to touch it. I wouldn't buy something from an AI advert.
Yeah, because if that's fake, how
good's the product?
Yeah.
Exactly. So Apple released the behind the scenes for the MacBook Neo on the same day as they released the advert. And they actually went above and beyond in creating a real advert compared to what they might have done pre-AI days. I'd say it's gone further back than it was before AI's come through. Lego's World Cup viral video was accused of being AI within hours, so the brand started the hashtag, honestly, it's not AI. The Apple TV logo looks like AI, so Apple released the making of, showing it sculpted from solid glass.
Yeah.
Le Creuset posted a film and got a positive response because it was made by people and it's real and it feels like people. And people are pledging to never use AI in their brands. Polaroid, AI can't generate the sun between your toes. So there's a real change. There's a real shift in this. And being able to show that your work was really created is now part of the job.
Yeah.
Everything I shoot going onto social media from now on will have behind the scenes pictures to go with it. To go, look, we did this. We were there. We shot it. I'm just trying to see if I've actually done that. I'm saying that's what I'm doing. Have I done it? Yes. So here's my shot.
Yeah.
We've got some behind the scenes on it. Okay, so I am true to my word. Unless it's video, because it doesn't work as well. So we're putting behind the scenes up.
Yeah, because the problem is you're using the video cameras to do the work.
but as well, so I hired you. We did this shoot with the old geezer.
Yeah, I remember that.
Gangster man having his breakfast. And you shot the behind the scenes.
Yes.
Because we shot it on a probe lens. So it was really distorted, very caricaturish. And it's very easy for them to go, oh, it's AI.
Yeah, it's very stylized.
Very stylized. So we filmed a behind the scenes for it. And you're actually going to do me under the Reddit for that later today.
Yeah.
And we're doing that for everything. We've just signed over at Agent at Large a behind the scenes specialist. And every shoot we do is having a behind the scenes go on it.
Yeah.
So the brand can go, look, we really shot it. We can go, look, we really shot it. And it's just, it's a huge shift. It's a massive shift. It's happened slower than I expected. I thought the backlash, so I'm going to sneeze in a minute. I thought the backlash was so bad at the start of AI being used that this would have happened sooner. But it takes, big companies move slow.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
And it was one of these things that people got very excited about it in the early days. It was like, oh, look, this is cool. Now, the interesting pushback for me wasn't from the industry. It wasn't from people like you and I. I mean, you're a relative pup at 40 years old.
Yeah.
I'm obviously a complete dinosaur now. But it was people in their like mid to late teens and very early 20s were saying, oh, that AI, I'm going to use the word slop. That isn't the phrase I was given, but use AI slop, no interest, like just adverts on Instagram, ugh, AI slop.
Mm-hmm.
And when, you've got the youth audience pushing back so hard against it, no interest in it, that tells you everything you need to know, really.
I agree. I mean, my kids AI can be used for funny things. We make funny memes and all that. That's fine. It's entertainment, it's fun, and it is going to have a place in the industry.
Absolutely.
That's an absolute given. Every job I've been involved with, which has had an AI element to it, has been a nightmare. Now, I've not shot any jobs that have been AI'd, but I've been the producer or executive producer or agent on jobs that have been AI, and they are a nightmare because nobody really understands the practical implications of AI. It just doesn't work like you think it would. So that's interesting. And that brings us along to this. There's this new video. It came out, was it a week ago?
Yes. It's literally about a week
ago. And it's literally everywhere in the ad world. Everybody's sharing it. It's coming out in every treatment. It's like everyone LinkedIn is sharing this. And it's the Young Lean video. And we're doing a deep dive on this on Studio Access because this is very relevant. It's actually something I want to do more often on Studio Access is deep dive into the cultural elements of things. And I know where my work's going at the moment. And I know what's going to be financially viable because I'm aware of what's going on. And it is my job to be aware of what's going on. It's my job to have watched that video on the day it came out and to know it was coming out on that day and to know the cultural significance of it. Don't like the music, don't like the song. That's irrelevant. It's not do you like it or not. It's do you understand it? When we did the treatment for that recent TV campaign, which was a Gen Z treatment, I had to do 2 weeks of research into Gen Z, like a proper deep dive to produce the treatment. And it's important that you know these things and understand these things. But this video is brilliant. And what is great about it, I think, and I'm going to go into much more detail this over on Studio Access, but I think the great thing about it is the realness, the lack of any AI, like the grain on it is like golf ball size, like from a technical standpoint, it's golf ball size grain.
Yep.
It's film-esque color grading.
Yep.
The lighting is incredibly natural. And then the actual, if you're watching this outside of the UK, or if you didn't go to an ordinary school and you went to like a posh school, it probably means nothing. But the entire thing, the way it's depicted, the script, the narrative, the storyline is very much, I think, millennial childhood at school. It's sort of my generation's school life. And it's interesting because it gives vibes of pre-mobile phone era, despite the fact there was a scene in it with a phone tower where they take it apart.
Oh, yeah. And it's, class of 2036.
Yeah. It's really clever. And they're smoking cigarettes, not vaping.
No, I mean, I made that comment and I'm like, hang on, they're smoking.
But smoking's become cool again. And this is not an endorsement to go and smoke, but vaping's seen as the vaping's the AI of the
Yes.
the body abuse world. So everyone wants to have real cigarettes and real lung cancer. None of this popcorn, lung, and pineapple. I must say, I struggle to take someone seriously when they walk up to me and say hi and they smell of Pineapple Crush. I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
It's not for me, but it's brilliant. It's a great video. I think everyone should go and watch it. And also it's so great because somebody said yes to the budget for that video. And it's not a cheap video to make. That was not a cheap day out.
A lot of extras that had all to be drilled and for the choreography to do what they were doing.
Exactly. And also 2/3 of the video are not the music video.
Yeah, I mean the pre-roll was double the length, if not more, than the actual song itself.
So I know, really interesting, and it's really good to see. I'm really pleased to see it. We'll do obviously a deep dive in Studio Access as to the relevance and how I'm going to implement that into my work. Because that is going to be the next test shoot we do will have parts of that in it. And I think that'll be really interesting to see. Which brings us to why photography is changing faster than ever. And I'm not just talking about camera kit, and I'm not just talking about what people are shooting. I'm talking about everything, the industry, the budgets, the shoots. Jobs now they've got nothing in common with jobs pre-COVID. I think there's been a bigger shift in the industry recently from COVID till now than there was when we went from film to digital. Because the industry didn't change that much when we went from film to digital.
Yeah, and that was the better part of, what, 20 years?
Oh, yeah, it's before my time. It was more of it's a technical shift, but everyone still shot the same campaigns in the same way. It was still a stills photography. It's still specialised. The amount of motion we're shooting at the moment, I've got an entirely new show reel, which you helped me put together. Entirely new show reel that we're updating every other week because those 6-second motion clips are so important. Now bringing behind the scenes people on every single shoot, not as some weird sort of like, oh, look how cool a shoot it is. No, look, we did it.
Yeah.
The budgets are tighter, but the jobs are more frequent. They're still the big jobs, but there's loads of these tighter budget. We had someone come into us and it was like 10 grand a day. And it was tight and it was like lean. It was a real lean crew to get the job done. It'd just been like me, Paul, and a stylist, and that'd be it. That's all we could afford. And it was lean, and it's fast, and we're just like shooting, and the edits are quick, and turnarounds fast, and then it never gets used. But there's still the big jobs there as well. Like they still happen. We've got some big TVCs coming up and some big shoots coming up out there. But it's moving so fast, and it's like a snowball of it. Part of it was COVID, because people suddenly went, oh, we can do this without all of those people. We've been doing it this way because we've always done it this way, and now we realise we don't need to do it that way. And part of it is AI. And the AI thing's weird because the AI hasn't actually had an impact, but it's people's perception of it.
It's the sword of Damocles over the industry that's forced the shift, I think,
exactly.
as much as anything else.
It's people going, oh, it's cheaper with AI. I'm like, it ain't. It's not cheaper and it's not better. It might be, it's different.
Yeah, and it's not just the photographic industry. I mean, I think the days of Hollywood productions where the cost of the catering is more than a film made entirely in Korea, I think those days are extremely numbered.
Oh, and a lot of jobs are coming in from abroad in the UK right now. So apart from those 3 that I pitched on that I didn't win, every job has been from the States. Every job. And do you know what? Last year, I didn't shoot for a single English brand. Closest I got was Irish.
You do struggle, in fairness, because most English brands have been swallowed up by American corporations.
Well, there is that, but they are still like, it's just, it's lots of Americans. Yeah. We're working with lots of Americans.
I mean, if you look at the portfolio of the Mars company now,
it's monstrous.
It's almost everything you've heard of.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of work with Mars when I was starting out. So Mars is not just Mars bars, which is what I thought.
As a proud dog owner, most of the dog stuff,
every dog food, like if you want to get like Dolmio, Ben's Original in the shops, all of that, we shot all of those. I think there was a phase where every Dolmio and Ben's Original packet had my work on it, which was quite cool. We did like a 23-day shoot for Ben's Original.
Yes, I remember
which was horrific. The smell in here. There's only so many pre-made chicken chow mein you want to be cooking, and there's no windows. Got the ventilation on full whack.
I mean, not as bad as the fish one.
And then that fish shoot was brutal. That we had to get industrial cleaners in after that. And they never fully paid the bill. They still owe me £25,000. Yeah. I'll say no more.
Strong advice. Don't shoot fresh fish.
Well, I think the company went bust is the problem. And then we had no one we could chase. So it was just, you know, we all got shafted on that, I suppose. But it happens. That's the only bad, you know what, the last bad client I had was a local one who owed me £800.
I mean, on the grand scheme of what you do, that's not bad.
No, it's all right. We're all right. People pay. But they pay late, but they pay.
Oh, mate, even at my level, I hear that.
Yeah, they pay late. It's, I don't think I had a single penny hit my bank account in April. Nothing. I'm hoping that May is going to be lucrative because, last month, not a penny came in.
Well, it's the fast run to the summer now, so hopefully this is...
Yeah, I'm hoping it just kicks off
now.
Time. We're going to do a big marketing push next week.
Then you did have a very good Q1. Bizarrely, considering normally that's like, you know, dead as fried chicken. And
yeah, we started hard. And then last year we started really hard, died, and then at the end of May until Christmas, it was heinous.
Non-stop, yeah.
I thought I was going to die. I've never drank so much booze and coffee in any sort of given situation. Speaking of which, we're out with Pete the other day. And we went out. So we went out to do. We had to sort out the website. So we went out to do that with our new guy Brendan. So we're sorting out the website, and after sorting out the website, we did some marketing. Then we met with the accountants, and we did loads of work. We're like blitzing through emails and all the rest of it. And I was like, oh, it's really nice. Let's go for a drink. Had a few drinks. Had a few more. Went out for a curry for dinner. Had a few more drinks. And I was like, right, guys, I better go home. I've got an early start tomorrow. So I get in a black cab to the train station, or railway station as it's called. I'm always told off for calling it a train station. Off to the railway station, walk up to the platform. The guy goes, I'm really sorry, all trains are cancelled. I was like, oh no. He's like, I'm really sorry. I was like, don't worry, mate. It's not your fault. I was like, what's my best option? I need to get to Leicester. And he's like, oh, go to Bedford. And from Bedford, there'll be someone to get you from Bedford to Corby to Leicester. By this point, it's about 10 o'clock. I was like, brilliant, off we go. So I get on this train to Bedford. I'm chatting to this lady, and she works in cybersecurity. Chatting away, we get out at Bedford. It took ages, like the train that stops everywhere. Went to the guy, hey, you've just been sent here for some pancreas. And he went, no. I went, that doesn't sound good. He's like, we've got nothing for you. I was like, oh, okay. It's nearly midnight at this point. I'm like, oh, this is not ideal. I was like, why do they always send you here? I was like, I don't know. I was like, can I get some water? Because the vending machines were all broken. I'm a bit hanging at this stage. Yeah. It was like, yeah, here you go, have some bottles of water. I was like, what are we going to do? He went, there might be a bus here in 2 hours, which will get you to Corby, but we don't know how we're going to get it from Corby to Leicester. I was like, oh, I'll just get a taxi. Yeah. No one would take me. No one. They're like, no, I'm not going to Leicester.
This is a weird one. You don't have, even around that part, you don't have Uber.
I tried that. I was like, why is it? I was like, there isn't Uber here, is there?
They're all local taxi companies via the Uber app, but there's no actual Uber drivers.
I bumped into the lady and I was chatting to her on the train. I was like, where are you going to? She's like, oh, this place here. I was like, that is on my way back. I'm getting a taxi. Like, I stood there. I was like, if anyone wants to go anywhere on this road here between here and Leicester, jump in. Everyone was like, nah. I was like, all right, see you all later. Jumped in a taxi. 120 quid taxi home after a £220 train ticket that I couldn't use. And also on the way out there, this is moaning here, the first class breakfast cart was unavailable.
No, that's the first world problem.
You know, there was no hot breakfast. And I was like, no, because I like to get the porridge on the train. I mean, they did have the porridge, though. They're like, we can do the porridge. I was like...
I mean, Jeremy Clarkson literally punched a producer in the face for that very same thing.
Yeah. You know, I found out the inside...
Allegedly.
I know the inside scoop on that. I'll tell you about it later. It's nowhere near as bad as it sounded. It was he got shafted, I think. But yeah, it was... He had a raw deal, poor guy. But do you like watching his Jeremy Clarkson farm thing, though? Kids like that. Clarkson's farm.
To be honest, I can't stand the man.
Do you know what? I fundamentally disagree with all of his opinions, but I find him highly entertaining. He's just buffling. I
know he's a kind of a cultural phenomenon and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, he's the face of motoring journalism and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But it's one of these people I just really struggle to watch.
Always been a big fan.
And his pub keeps popping up all over like the food review channels on YouTube. The Farmer's Dog.
Yeah.
which again, it's like it's nothing special. Actually, I'd rather go to James May's pub.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I think, given the choice, but yeah, I guess we'd better go and do some work because we've got to go make some videos.
We do, or at least one of us does.
Yeah, you've got to make some videos, and we've got to offload all this, and I need to write next week's podcast script.
Yes.
Nice one. Right, see you all later.
Ciao for now.